Hey, what's going on, boys? Swaggy here, so without any further ado, let's get into the video for today here. Today we'll be reacting to a new video that recently came out for, at least from MASH, which is Shadow the Hedgehog, the Donkey Kong Experience. I wanted to go ahead and check it out. It looked really interesting. And overall, this is part one of a series. So overall, I'm really excited to see how they, interpret this. So without any further ado, let's get on to it. So it says, DK is back with a brand new episode of his chart-topping podcast, the Donkey Kong Experience, with his new guest that needs no introduction. Okay, here's how the Hedgehog. Also, Diddy Kong is here, but you know that Diddy has been here for the other 621 episodes. Okay, and yeah, just looks to be kind of just a little bit of a conversation about what's going on here. And of course, it's produced by all these people. So like I said, please go check out every part of this stuff. Please go check out these people. Like literally check them all out. They work really hard to support. So please go check them out. My brain is having a little bit of a fuzz right now. I apologize for that. And for you though, let's get down to it. Like I said, link down below. Go check it out. Without further ado, let's get down to it. I'm excited to see how this goes.
The Donkey Kong Experience.
Okay.
Boom! And we're live with a dude who's so shady, he's a shadow. How's it going, my brother from another mother, who is a hedgehog, I guess?
Good. Well, I do well.
I bet you do well, bro. You know, your wiki
Okay.
page says you're the ultimate life force.
Life form.
Life
but
form.
yeah, that's
Okay.
me.
And under power and abilities, yo, this just keeps
You
going.
might have to accept cookies.
But okay, walk with me
cookies,
here.
okay.
You have super speed,
Natch.
you can teleport,
Yep.
you can throw energy spears.
Wait, I see where you're going with this.
And you're immortal, like a vampire or a Highlander. So,
It's been 20 years since...
why do you use a gun?
Man, it was the 2000s, okay?
Yeah, 2000s,
It was either use a gun or get a tribal tattoo.
Yeah, I know, dude. I was there. Let's just say Mario didn't pick the gun. You know what I mean?
From what I remember, you were strapped back in those days. And I don't mean like the N64 expansion pack.
Oh, you mean Gunnifer Aniston here?
Yeah, it fires coconuts, right?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
If he shoots ya,
it's gonna
kill
hurt.
you.
Wait, what?
If you shoot someone, they die. Why else would anyone
Okay.
use guns?
I guess. I mean, first off, guns are for self-defense. If I see a googly-eyed beaver waddling over my direction, I could be in danger of them looking at me or even talking to me. So
Okay.
I gotta do whatever it takes to avoid that beaver bother, right? That's just the law of the jungle. And hey, it's only coconuts anyway. That's on the E for everyone side of things as far as guns go.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that. I want to show you something.
I'm gonna show him something.
Let's trade for a sec.
Oh, come to Daddy Kong.
So that beauty right there, Courtney Glocks, by the way.
Nice.
That pistol
Okay.
shoots regular bullets that are smaller than the tip of your pinky finger.
Yep.
And it'll still rip up flesh, ignite red explosive barrels to burn your enemies alive, whatever. Unless you're using Matt LeBlanc's. Just came up with that one.
Okay.
You know, Lanky loved throwing those red barrels everywhere. Haven't seen that guy around lately.
Okay, so compare that with your... What's this branch here?
You like that? It's an all-natural crosshair.
Right. So
Oh,
instead
that's
of
a crosshair.
bullets, you're talking about shooting something the size of your head, faster than the speed of sound. There's no
sound.
way this coconut gun doesn't liquefy everyone it hits.
Wow, I never thought of that.
You never thought about the carnage you were creating with your giant gun?
Damn.
Because it sounds pretty rad.
pretty
Not
right.
really. I mean, anyone I shoot just sort of falls over and disappears. Out of sight, out of mind, no body, no crime. You know how it is,
I
huh?
just want to
Okay.
point out how terrifying it is that you both just happened to bring live firearms to the studio.
Yeah.
Remember what happened when Megatron came on the show?
Look what I can do!
That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, though. This is for self-defense. If anyone tries shit, I'm ready to make them a stain on my wall. Same reason you still have your pop guns. It's
Okay.
the law of the jungle, remember?
Okay, one, I don't think the law of the jungle applies to Decepticons. Two,
Decepticons,
my
okay.
pop guns shoot peanuts.
Peanuts,
And
okay.
three, I left them at home, locked in a closet. Because, like both of you, I don't wear pants and don't have a way or reason to carry guns to a podcast recording.
I'm not dealing with this right now. Diddy, cut his mic.
You want me to cut my own mic?
Did I stutter?
Damn. Okay.
Oh
Diddy Kong.
my, is that?
Oh, okay. Something's wrong with Amy. Come back in October 16th. Interesting.
Every day from now on will be tinged with gold.
Is that it? Okay.
What
are
more
friends for?
There we go. Now that's that. There we go. Anyways, so without any further ado, now that this is the actual end of the actual stuff here. W though for for them kind of just teasing a new episode for that series itself here. That's very very interesting. But aside from that, without any further ado, let's get down to the actual just main point of the actual stuff here. Starting off the actual just three elements themselves here: the plot itself, voice acting itself here, and of course the actual animation itself here. Let's get down to it. Now, of course, starting off with the actual just overall plot itself here, pretty simplistic. Like I said, it's just kind of like a podcast show between Shadow and just Donkey Kong, and then of course just shenanigans kind of ensue. A little bit of information of both characters is kind of explained a little bit. Then of course we get like this little examination of their firearms, which overall was very interesting because overall, yeah, that's to be fair, bro. If you're launching something as big as a coconut at the speed of sound at somebody's face, your body's turning to literal it's literally turning to just blood. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy. Then of course, second, like I said, just overall, it's a very it's like they said, it's a very 2000 thing. Is a very 2000 things for the actual characters themselves to have more guns, more firearms, have like just kind of just be wielding them around, using them, promoting them, kind of thing like that. Because that's just kind of how culture was back then. If you had a gun or something like that, you were kind of edgier. You're more you're less child friendly kind of thing. And of course, aside from those, either that or tribal tattoos. So yeah, overall that was kind of the thing. But aside from that, like I said, overall I still enjoyed the actual stuff here. It was still very well put together, so well done. Plot itself here, very consistent with the podcast kind of feeling here. And of course, it never felt like it was too like it never felt like it was straying from the conversation itself here. Even with the bit with kind of like Diddy Kong was kind of interrupting Donkey Kong here, it was still in character. It was still really well done. Like he has a pop gun that shoots peanuts. Like overall, that's just really cool. Like I said, I love it. I love it so much. The plot itself here, very simplistic, very well done, so good. And overall, very very nice. And overall, like I said, it's just really slick and buttery. Aside though, let's get into the actual, voice acting itself here. Let's get into it. Now, of course, for the voice acting itself here, it was great. I loved it. It was so cool, so nice, so cool. They nailed the characters themselves here, and overall, they put so much personality, so much character in them, and overall, it was immaculate. I loved it. And I'll get more to that later on. But aside from such as overall, the actors, voice acting stuff here, very solid, very nice. 10 out of 10. Let's get down to the actual visuals themselves here. Now, of course, for the visuals themselves, I like their interpretation of Donkey Kong here as more like of a Joe Rogan kind of character himself here. Like it's just kind of really well represented here, and overall, it just has a like a sort of charm to it. I love it. And aside from the actors, Donkey Kong himself here, Shadow's character wasn't all that bad. Like honestly, he did look more like a slinkier, like lankier kind of just like a version of himself. And it looked a little weird at certain angles, but aside from though, everything else was pretty good. Like I said, I loved it so much. It was immaculate. They kept the characters consistent with the quills, with the colors, all of that kind of stuff here. I love it so much. It was immaculate and overall very very well done and very well put together. And overall, like I said, just really nice. But aside from those, just overall the actual designs themselves here, like I said, really well done. I love it. Now let's get on to the actual just deep dive itself here. Now, before I get to the deep dive, like I said, please go check out the children themselves here. They worked really hard and deserve support, so please go check out every part of their stuff here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that jazz. So please go do that. And of course, second though, while you also go ahead and doing that, also go ahead and consider hitting the like button and of course subscribing to this channel stuff here. Helps me out a ton and helps the channel itself kind of just grow even faster. We just hit 2.5k and I'm already looking for that 3k goal. So let's I'm just playing. Like I said, it would help me out a lot if you guys consider hitting the like button and subscribing. Help me out so much with the channel itself and help the channel itself. And in terms of kind of just getting more attention. And really, like I said, it just kind of helps me out. But aside though, without any further ado, like I said, it's purely your choice, purely your decision. Like I said, if you want to go ahead and do that, I deeply appreciate that. Anyways, aside from that though, let's go on to the actual notification bell and of course comment section down below. Like I said, for the notification bell, if you want to go ahead and receive notification for the latest video that comes up on the channel itself here, bell icon, that's kind of what it's there for. And aside from that, like I said, just overall, comment down below you guys' thoughts, opinions on the stuff here, whether you liked it, you hated it, just really interesting, or you didn't find it interesting at all. At least leave a comment down below detailing what you did think about the actual video stuff here. And of course, if you didn't like it, if you don't want to see any more MASH in the future, also go ahead and leave that in a comment down below as well here. If you guys don't want to see a series on the channel stuff here, I will not be featuring it. Like I said, that's just pure cut. That's it. Laying that on the table. But aside from that, like I said, without any further ado, if you do like it and you want to see more of Mash's content in the future, put down comments down below, and we'll be seeing more in the future. But aside from that, without any further ado, let's get into the actual just deep dive stuff here. Now, actually, one more thing. Please also go ahead and consider hitting the share button as well. Here helps me a lot. Just kind of spreading the name for the channel stuff here. You don't really have to do it again, but like it just helps me out a lot with kind of just advertising the channel stuff here and just kind of spreading it around. And like I said, you don't have to, but I just say if you want to help other channels just at a max, go ahead and consider doing it. Now then, back to the actual just deep dive itself here. Yes, so for the deep dive here, when I kind of get more into depth on the actual stuff here. Like for this segment, I get more into depth on the actual just plot itself. Voice acting, and then of course the actual just visuals themselves here. I get more into that on the 3 topics I mentioned in the beginning. Anyways, somebody also mentioned that I should probably go a little bit slower, and well, I do think I'm not glad I do get really fast. I think the main thing is I just kind of interrupt myself. I really interrupt myself. I apologize for that. Right? It just kind of stopped me from making full sentences. But yeah, I will say last video I did rush too much. I apologize for that. But now, any further ado though, let's get down to it. Starting off with the actual, just like I said, plot itself here. It's very simplistic. Donkey Kong's just hosting a podcast. He's featuring Shadow on it. And then, of course, they're just having, like, normal conversations. Like, overall. That's kind of it. And then, of course, we get to certain plot points or certain not plot points, but we get to certain, like, elements here that make this, podcast more interesting. Shadow's powers. Shadow's weapons. Donkey Kong's weapons. And, of course, just kind of that, just them kind of talking about, what their guns are capable of, what they used to do back in the games themselves here, and then, of course, just in general, kind of go through a whole conversation about, video game weaponry. It's overall very interesting, and I like it, because overall, it's very cool. Then, of course, we get, the interruption from Diddy Kong here, and then, of course, it just ends off by just Donkey Kong literally shooting an entire coconut and just hitting the camera.
You want me to cut my own mic?
Did I?
Like, that's just, I love that. I love that so much. That was immaculate. I love it. Like I said, plot itself here, nothing really too, difficult to comprehend. It's very simplistic, but overall, very charming. Like, oh my god, there's so many elements here that I just love so much. Like, hold on. Let's go back to this segment here. Like, where was it? Like,
your pinky finger, and it'll still rip up flesh, ignite red explosive barrels to burn your enemies alive, whatever. Unless you're using Matt LeBlanc's. Just came up with that one.
Lanky loved throwing those red barrels everywhere. Haven't seen that guy around lately.
Okay, so compare that with your... What's this branch here?
You like that? It's an all-natural crosshair.
All-natural
Right.
crosshair on a branch.
So instead of bullets, you're talking about shooting something the size of your head, faster than the speed of sound. There's no way this coconut gun doesn't liquefy everyone it hits.
Yeah. Just conversations like this that kind of add maybe more complexity to the actual characters themselves here and their weaponry, and kind of how that would affect the the bodies of their enemies is a very interesting conversation, and overall very well discussed in certain topics, like how certain weapons should be doing this much damage because it's either a blade or a gun, or how it should be doing this kind of effect on the actual person who's wielding it. Like, there's a lot of conversations like these in real life. Like, honestly, I think I had a conversation a while ago with my friends where we were kind of just discussing video game weapons, and we were just like, we're like, bro, that would never work in real life. That would literally break your arm, and you would die. Like I said, like, overall, it's just things like this. There's like little mini conversations like this that overall I love, and I love how they implemented here for the plot itself here. It was immaculate. Second though, another main element here, the actual voice and stuff here. Let's get down to it. Now, of course, for the voice and stuff here, for Shadow, it was immaculate. I love how he has this. Hold on, let me go ahead and go to that segment again here. Like here, like I love how he has that more like ASMR like kind of feeling here, where he's actually like really close to the mic. I'm not gonna lie, like he's like extremely up to the mic itself there, where you can like hear like every detail of his voice. It's very interesting. But aside from the overall, I like how they portray it. Very grittier, a little bit more darker, just more like rough, like I'm Shadow, like that. I'm sorry. I said, but more like that, like more into the rougher, more kind of grittier here, and I love it so much. Like, listen to this.
You're talking about shooting something the size of your head.
Like, oh my gosh, I like it. I like this interpretation of Shadow's character. It's overall very well done and very in tune for his character itself here. They literally had to go with Keanu Reeves for the actual movie itself. That they did. But aside from that, like I said, just overall, just the actual voice acting for Shadow itself here, immaculate. And of course for Donkey Kong, oh my gosh, for Donkey Kong, it was great. I loved it. Like, listen to this segment here.
You never thought about the carnage you were creating with your giant gun? Because it sounds pretty...
I never thought of that.
You never thought about...
Studio. Remember what?
Hold on, here.
Nobody, no crime. You know how it is, huh?
I just want to point out how
Like, just, it's sort of like, what's the word for, like,
Because it sounds pretty rad.
right here.
Not really. I mean, anyone I shoot just sort of falls over and disappears. Out of sight, out of mind.
I just like this little kind of like, what is this? Like, what? Like a doofus kind of feeling here? It's like, it just kind of has this like weird, not like weird naivety, but more like this weird, just like aloofness, you know, where bro's like literally doesn't think before he does anything. Bro kind of reminds me of like one of the Eds from Ed, Ed and Eddie, where he just kind of he just does stuff, and he doesn't even think about like how that could affect other things as well here, especially other people. Like I said, he just kind of be shooting them with this giant coconut gun, with coconuts that are moving at the literally the speed of sound, like at the sound barrier, and overall it is really cool, and I love how they kind of just give this like little more, like this sort of like doofus kind of feeling here with no Donkey Kong himself here. And of course, it just adds to his charm. And then, of course, his, just him talking about Shadow's powers and just the way that he expresses them. All of it, really well done. Really just sounds like a character who's like learning more about his, or it sounds more like, a host of a podcast, kind of learning more about his, the person that he's podcasting with. Like, it's really cool. And I love it. I love it so much. And like I said, just the actual, the actual voice acting stuff here, top notch. I love it. It was great in overall from start to finish. I loved it. It was such a blast. But aside from that, the actual performance itself here, immaculate. The actual just emotion and just the actual passion here, immaculate as well. I loved it. And then of course the accuracy and just these like sort of like personality that the characters were gaining with every second. So good, so well developed, so nice. I loved it. It was immaculate. Aside from with all that being said and done though, now that I got through those three like little mini topics, let's get on to the actual visuals themselves here. Let's get on to it. Now, of course, first of all, starting off with Donkey Kong, I love it. I love how they got this like little shaved head here. It looks really cool and overall very well done. And he almost reminds me of like Gorilla Grodd in a way, in certain like like art styles, where he has like these like things attached to his head to kind of help boost his intelligence or something. Or is it like that's the dude who goes against Flash, right? Gorilla Grodd. Let me know in the comments down below. But aside from that, it just kind of has that feeling here. We're just having, he just has like a shaved head. He's got things on top of it. Except instead of like brain boosters, it's more like headphones that literally do not fit and could never fit him. And then, of course, like I said, it just kind of looks a little strange, a little goofy, but I love it. Then, of course, aside from though, the actual artwork itself here, very cartoony, very nice. I like it. And, of course, now we got to go back to the actual other, main important part of the actual stuff here, Shadow. Like, look at this. Like, look at Shadow's design. They kept it in faith. They kept, the little chest for there. They kept, the spiked up, design of his quills. They kept, like, his, inhibitor rings. All of it. Super accurate. And overall, very, very well done. I loved it. Like I said, just the details themselves for the models themselves here is immaculate. And I love them so much. They're really, really cool. And overall, I love how they kind of interpreted the branch on Donkey Kong's just, like, little coconut gun as an actual crosshair. That's actually really stupid, but I love it. And aside from that, such as overall the actual, artwork design as well as, for the actual just, like what is it, like a hand cannon? Not hand cannon, like a Desert Eagle, or is it just like an M1911? Has like design of a classic M1911, just really, really huge. So it might just be a Desert Eagle. But aside from like such as overall, very interesting gun design. I'm not gonna lie, they got on spot. It looks really cool and overall very, very nice. But aside from such as overall, designs themselves here immaculate. I love their interpretation of these characters. It is so sick. And of course, going on to the actual other factors here, the lighting and shading itself here. I love it. I love how they kind of illustrate the shadows here. Now they illustrate like just the actual lighting itself here, and you can just see that there's certain segments of Donkey Kong like where his chin blocks off light, where his arm blocks off light, and it's just kind of very well illustrated here in terms of the actual coloring itself here. I like that. That's really cool and overall very, very, very well done. Really nice. Aside from that though, moving on from the actual lighting and shading itself here, the actual animation flow was very well done, very smooth, very buttery. I liked it. And like I said, just the actual animation flow itself here, very nice, very smooth, very, very good. And then of course, moving on to the actual, animation style itself here, very slick. Or not, well, like I said, animation style itself here was very cartoony, very, like simplified here. And overall was so well done. Like they didn't take the time to really animate all like up, every single chest hair on Donkey Kong, or like every single, just fur that he has. But overall, it's just kind of they displayed the actual hairiness of Donkey Kong well here, with a little bit of fluff on like his shoulders and like his hands. It almost makes him look like he's wearing like a trench coat or a shirt. It's a little strange, but overall very well done. But as Santa said, you do know that he's not, he's actually got a lot of hair on them. Even if they haven't illustrated every literal like pixel of of fur, and it's just really well done. It's really well done, and I love it. I just love it so much. But aside from, like I said, just the actual animated style stuff here, very simplistic, very cartoony, and overall very well done. I loved it. I loved it so much. But aside from that does kind of get through all my thoughts and opinions on the actual stuff here. So like I said, please go check it out. Link down below, end card right there. I'm leaving you 2 links to get to the actual original stuff here. They work really hard and deserve support, so please go check them out. And aside from that though, the actual end card right here will be linked to another one of my videos if you're interested in catching that. And of course, like I usually say, go ahead and consider hitting the like button, subscribing. Helps me out so much with the channel stuff. It just helps me out a ton in terms of like just growing the channel, and then of course growing the community. Like I said, if you want to go ahead and join it, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and of course consider liking. And then aside from that though, also go ahead and just hit the notification bell if you want to get notified for any future video that I react to from the channels themselves here. Go ahead and hit the bell icon. That's honestly what it's there for. And aside from that, comment down below your thoughts and opinions on the actual stuff here, and of course whether you want to see more match in the future, or if you don't want to see any more match in the future, also go ahead and comment down below. And then of course aside from that though, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on the actual stuff here. What did you like about it? Did you like the animation? Did you like the voice acting? Did you like the story? Like, did it captivate you? Did it not? I really want to know what you guys think about the actual stuff here. It's overall very interesting to me. Like I said, it captivated me a ton, and I liked it a lot. I actually did my tongue there. I apologize. Without any further ado, though, that does kind of cut it for me today. So like I said, have a great one. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Also, like I said, just also one other little detail. Please also go ahead and hit the share button as well here. Helps me out a ton. Kind of just spreading the word for the channel stuff here. Kind of just spreading the name out there. Like I said, you don't have to do it. Just helps me out a lot. I really deeply appreciate if you guys did that or consider doing it. And then aside from it though, like I said, have a great one. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. If you're not feeling well, if you're feeling sick, then of course take plenty of medicine. And of course, just get plenty of rest. Okay? And try to recover as best you can. Anyways, without any further ado, have a great day. Take care of yourself. And I'll be seeing you boys in the next video tomorrow. Bye-bye for now, though.